Well, it is most oftentimes that the videos that you follow along on this channel are about projects that take me a number of weeks to a number of months, and sometimes even up to a year. So when I like to finish these projects, I put them together in more of a capsulated form of a single video at the end that kind of gives a brief overview of what these projects are all about. So those that are coming in can go to a playlist called the Synoptic Videos and kind of get a bird's eye view of some of these projects, and then if you so choose you can go back to those particular playlists and see these projects in more detail. And that's what I'm going to do this week, is I'm going to add another video to the Synoptic playlist. Well, in April of 2014, Bobby Tanner, who owns the 20 mule teams that he pulls the borax wagons with, gave me my first call, and that was my first introduction to Bobby and the 20 Mule Team Borax project. Well, in October of 2014, I went down to Death Valley and laid my eyes and my hands on the remnant skeletons of the old borax wagons for the first time. Spent 2 days there and met with Bobby and Henry Golis, who are part of the Death Valley Conservancy. Well, the winter of 2015, I started doing the drawings and blueprints of these wagons, and in February 1st of 2016, I got the go-ahead and we started building these two wagons. December 20th, 2016, these two wagons rolled finished out of the shop for the very first time. Then later on in 2019, I began the project of building the water wagon that would complete this complete set. So in May of 2019, we took the water wagon down and we had a complete new set of borax wagons ready for the 50th anniversary of Bishop Mule Days in Bishop, California. Well, it has now been 5 years since these first wagons went down to that Mojave Desert country, and they have dried out. So as you know, these wagon wheels have come back off of the two main wagons to be readjusted now that they have acclimated to the Mojave Desert. Well, in April of 2022 here, I unloaded these wheels off of the horse trailer that Bobby Tanner brought these up with, and it was right before a snowstorm was about to hit this part of the country. So we got these into the shop and began the disassembly process to where we could adjust all the woodwork in these wheels. As you remember, these rear wheels are 80 inches tall and weigh in over 1,000 pounds, and the front wheels are just under 800 pounds. Well, as I'm laying these wheels down, I'm going to slow this down so you can begin to see just how loose these spokes are in the hub. I have it on a rewind, and I'm going to do this 3 times, and if you pay close attention, you can see the flex in the spokes between the rims and the hub. Well, this flexing that you see is because the hubs have shrunk and pulled the spokes away from the rim or the felloes. So I have to decrease the circumference of the felloes to bring these down to make contact into the hub again, and then reset the tires. And this video is a capsulated view of that process, which you can also go back and watch the complete process in the playlist. Since the majority of the shrinkage has been in the hubs, we also need to go back and reset all the hub bands. Well, oftentimes, no matter where you live, springtime is kind of a turmoil time weather-wise. We've gone from snow to sun, and now we've had some rain, so now the ground is nice and damp that will allow us to build a fire outside the shop so we can heat these tires up to set them back onto the wheels. I have quite a crew that shows up to get this project accomplished. Well, ideally, if you ever make it down to the Bishop, California area, stop by the Laws Museum and you're most likely going to see these wagons on display. They have a special building there built just for them, along with the American Mule Society. Second best is if you ever get a chance to stop by here in Joliet on a summer vacation, or if you're passing through. I did build an extra wheel, so I have one sitting here you can stand up against and perhaps have your picture taken. Anyway, I appreciate you following this whole process and the life of the Borax wagons as they were built here in Joliet, Montana. Once again, thanks for watching.